Hello friends, welcome to the video lecture series on machine learning interview question and answer. So in this tutorial we are going to see about what is the difference between generative and a discriminative model of statistics based or a machine learning based. So to understand this concept of generative and discriminative model, I have listed couple of XY pair value, and from that XY pair value I have listed that we are trying to find the joint probability distribution of that particular data, probability of x comma y, and another is the conditional probability p of y given x. You have been given x, which is nothing but the input, and you need to predict y, so probability of y given x. So based on the pair of values has been given, let's say we have a total 4 pair of value has been given, where x value varies from it has only 2 value. It's not varying from range, but it has only 2 value. X is equal to 1 and 2. So I have already made a one table, and we are trying to fill this missing value, that joint probability distribution of all occurrence of all possible combination of x and y. So x values are possible x values for the given data set is x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2, while output value y has a 2 possible values, y is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So let's try to fill it this table, and then we will try to understand what is generative model and what is discriminative model. So let's take a very first one. Let's say x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. The joint probability distribution of x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So out of 4 total data set or 4 total xy pair, total one time it is occurring, x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. So the joint probability distribution of p of x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2, which is nothing but 1 divided by 4. Out of 4 combination, one time only it's occurring. Same way x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2. So if you see this graph or its xy pair, there is no combination of 2 comma 2 is occurring. So joint probability distribution is 0 for x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2. X is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 3. So it is occurring one time. So again it's a 1 by 4. And x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. X is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. So that is occurring 2 times. Out of 4, that is a 2 times. So 2 divided by 4, which is nothing but 1 divided by 2. So total half time it is occurring. So that is what the joint probability distribution of data we have actually. Same way, let's try to find the probability of y given x. So let's say y has x has been given to you, and you need to find the probability of y. So let's take x is equal to 1. So total data set which is having x is equal to 1. So we have a total 2 data set, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3. And what is the probability that y is equal to 2? So total 2 data set, 1 comma 2 and 1 comma 3. So there are total 2 data set. Out of that, 1 comma 2 occurs one time. So 1 by 2. Out of 2 times, 1 times 1 comma 2 has occurred, given that x is equal to 1. So we need to consider only those pair in this case where x is equal to 1. Now 2 comma 2. So there is no combination of 2 comma 2 as already and has been occurred any times. So it's anyhow 0. 1 comma 3. So 1 comma 3 occurs one time, given x is equal to 1. Given x is equal to 1. So total 2. Out of 2, one time it's occurring. So 1 by 2. And 2 comma 3. So x is equal to 2 occurs 2 times. Total 2 times. So total is 2 times. Out of that, how many times y is equal to 3? So in both the case, y is equal to 3. 2 comma 3, 2 comma 3 occurs 2 times. So we need to give 2 comma 2 is equal, 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So that is what the conditional distribution of the given data set y is given x, what is the probability of y, and this is the joint distribution of data set x comma y pair. So now let's understand this probability stuff. So if you see this first chart, that is a joint distribution, that is nothing but our generative model, and it is trying to tell us that generative model, it is trying to tell us that how your data has been generated, and whenever you have a new signals available, what is the probability that which combination of that particular signal will occur most likely. That is nothing but our generative model and our joint probability distribution. So let's take if you see any of this combination like a 2 comma 3, that is more likely going to occur in our future. Example, it is trying to say, it is not trying to discriminate between the different data, but it just concentrate on data itself, and it is telling that what is the probability that particular combination of data occur most likely or less likely. So that is nothing but the generative model, how data has been generated. Joint probability distribution will give us how much data is generative easily. Now let's see conditional distribution. Conditional distribution, and that is nothing but our discriminative model. Discriminative model. So compared to this joint probability distribution, this conditional distribution will straight away telling us that if x is equal to, or input is something like this, what is the probability of occurrence of particular output or any other particular output. So if you see here, whenever based on the data, if x is equal to 2, y is always 3 in our database set. So output is always 3. That means the probability of occurrence of classes y is equal to 3 whenever x is equal to 2 is always highest, and it is always 100%. It's a 1 only. So it is trying to discriminate data, and it will try to straight away classify your sample into particular output category, rather than it's trying to learns that input data. So this conditional probability will give us the discriminative model, and it is very good at the classification kind of task. Let's see one more very practical example. That now let's say you have been given one sentence. That sentence can be in English or in a French. Now French. Now let's say we don't know what is English, we don't know what is French, okay, but we have been given one sentence, and that sentence either in English or it is in a French, and our task is to detect that particular sentence is written in which language. So how we can go with this, both of this approach, that particular machine will recognize that particular sentence is in English or French, which kind of model we can use. Let's say we want to go with the generative kind of model. So in this case, we learn about the English first, we learn about the French first, and then whatever the sentence as a query sentence has been given to us, we straight away throw to our knowledge, because we, based on those data, we have generated the knowledge about what English sentence looks like, how English sentence has been spoken, how English sentence has been written. And same way we have learned about the French, how French sentence has been spoken, what is their pronunciation, how it has been written, what are the spellings of individual words in a French. And then we will try to classify that particular query language, the query sentence is belongs to English sentence or English language sentence or a French language sentence. So if you go to the particular generative kind of approach, learn first, English, learn French, then classify. So this is the approach one needs to follow while detecting the language sentence. But suppose same problem you want to tackle with discriminative model. In that case, rather than learning individual English language or a French language, what we do, we are trying to discriminate between English sentence and a French sentence, or English language and a French language. We are trying to find the differences between English and a French. So differences between English and French language. We are trying to find the differences between English language and a French language. Its grammar, its vowels, its consonant, what are the spellings, how their pronunciations are there, and straight away it will classify. So that is nothing but the discriminative model. So in a generative model, we individually learns about different samples and then classify, while in case of discriminative model, you straight away learn about the differences between those classes, and in this case classes are English language and a French language, and then immediately classify. So I hope you understand about the generative and a discriminative model, and I hope you enjoy listening this video. If you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please do subscribe this channel and support this channel. Without your support, it will be difficult for me to continue ahead. So please subscribe. I'm making it little bold, so please do subscribe my channel. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe it. Please like the video. If you haven't understood anything, please write it to comment. And that's it for this lecture, and at last, thank you guys for the watching.